Okay, so any questions on conference list or join? No? Everybody okay? Alright. The next feature is called the direct transfer feature. This is actually one that I didn't really know too well previous to setting up this training, so it's hopefully it's something that everyone here can take away. So the direct transfer function allows the user to join selected participants together while removing yourself from the call. So if someone calls me and they really meant to call Colin, I can directly transfer the call to Colin and remove myself from the call, as opposed to a conference where it would be all three of us. So it's basically a way of transferring the call while removing yourself from the call. So we have an active call here. Let's say 4402. So this is the active call. We're going to place the call on hold and set up a new call. I'm going to dial Colin's extension, 3475. Colin's going to pick it up. When we receive the call, I'm going to go back to the original participant, and I'm going to hit direct transfer. Direct transfer hung me up from the call, but now Colin and the other participant are on the call together. Can you hear me, Colin?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, direct transfer just transfers the call from one phone to the other, and it removes the host from the call. Park is a really nice feature. Say you're in the office and you're sharing an office with a few people, and you get a call from the doctor's office or your bank or something personal that you don't really want to talk about in front of your coworkers. You can set up this. You can use this function called Park. The Park function allows you to place a call on hold for the purpose of resuming the call in another location. So we're going to remain in this location, but you could just imagine it being a different location for the purposes of this demonstration. So we're going to have an active call here. So say 4402. I call this extension. Now I realize that it's the doctor's office, and I don't want to talk in front of Colin, or I have to divulge banking information or something like that. What you can do is you hit more until you see the Park function. You hit Park. It now says call Park at 1516. So basically, this call is placed on hold until I can go to another location. Then I call this Park extension at 1516, and I can resume the call. So if Colin could dial 1516, hello, he's now connected to the active call. So Colin, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. So basically, if I didn't want to speak on this phone, I could park the call. It provides you with a 4-digit extension, and you can dial that extension from any phone in the office or any phone on your Cisco IP phone network. So it's a really, really neat feature. Okay, one of the last basic call features we're going to go over today is the corporate directory. The corporate directory allows you to search for any PwC employee for the purposes of placing a call. So say if I want to call Colin, but I didn't know his extension, I know his first and last name, I can search for him. So what you would do to get to the corporate directory is we have the directory key over here. You're going to hit directory. The fifth option, you could either scroll down or you can just hit 5 directly, is the corporate directory. When you open the corporate directory, you're displayed with 3 fields: first name, last name, and number. So I know Colin, his first name is Colin, so I'm going to type in C-O-L. And you don't have to type in the full name. If you put in enough, it'll return searches with similar names, and then you can just choose from the results. So Colin's last name is Daly, so I'm going to put in D-A-I-L. So that should be enough. Now I'm going to hit search. So here, it found Colin Daly. All I do is pick up the phone, and it found Colin in the corporate directory. So it's a really neat way to find a person that you're looking to talk to without having to go searching for their number, or if you don't know their number. This works with anyone within PwC. So anyone in external offices, you can find them in the PwC directory. The only difference is that for internal calls, once I found Colin, I just picked it up and dialed it right away. For external calls, you would have to dial 911. So there's actually a neat function when you're in the corporate directory. Once it finds the result, there's a soft key that says edit dial, and what it does is it brings up the persons that you had just searched for. It brings up their their telephone number and puts the cursor in front, and it'll actually allow you to just dial 9-1, and then you can pick up the call and place it. So it works really well with internal calls, and then for external calls, you just have to dial 9-1, and then the number's already there. So is there any questions on corporate directory or parking calls, direct transfer, any of the other things that we just went over? No? Okay, so we're going to move on to the next portion, which is the Cisco Mobile Connect feature. Pardon me while I sit at the laptop here. So, let's navigate to my K-curve. Alright, so this is the portal that everyone's familiar with to my K-curve. I'm just going to log in. Okay. So what we're looking for in here is the Cisco Mobile Connect page. The easiest way to get there is just by going to the link index. And go to C. Down here you'll have Cisco Mobile Connect. Now you want to select your office, so we're in the Stanford office. So let's select Stanford. So this page is going to come up. It's just bringing you to an external site. We all know that Cisco is an acceptable site to visit. So normally, I wouldn't recommend when you see this error message. I wouldn't recommend always going to this, but for the purposes of this demonstration, I know that this is an acceptable website to visit. So I'm going to